Welcome to the channel. I'm Charlie. Today I got Land Rover Evoque 2016 2-liter diesel. Basically DPF light on, red, engine management light on. I done many video pass for the how we clean in DPF process, but I got 5-6 inquiries about Evoque and the Sport Discovery. However, today I got the time to do Evoque. Very soon I'll show you how we're going to do the Land Rover Sport once I get the car. Both similar engine, no much different, similar way you have to do it, but however, once I get it, as soon as I'll promise you, I will do the Land Rover Sport also well. First of all, I got the faulty code. They talk about the DPF bank 1 high soot. Also, they talk about the NOx sensors and the NOx exceed. I feel in something because of the block DPF, it could be illuminate the NOx figures also well. However, as a first step, I'm going to show you how am I going to clean DPF system. Got the computer report 9 faulty code the engine management P2BAE diesel particulate filter restriction bank 1, and they talk about the NOx control monitoring system exceed, NOx drive instruction activate, all talking about the NOx position cooling oil jets solenoid control open circuit, also catalytic converter reduction in documents, camshaft position sensor circuit A range bank 1, something not right for sensor O, sometime could be its timing, airbags 1 code, wiper, window motor. Yeah, it's fine, but at the moment I'm not worried about other things. I'm going to delete everything. First of all, this is AdBlue fill up bottle. I'm going to top up AdBlue first and make sure AdBlue level okay, because I have a previous experience. 1 or 2 cars came without fluid, then the same thing happened after that, the DPF process not working, cleanest process. Then once I done the AdBlue, all going fine. However, this one I checked with my computer, they said 50% or something there, but I want to make sure physically is it everything all right. I'm going to top up AdBlue first, and after that I'm going underneath and show you how am I going to clean DPF. This is AdBlue. Basically I remove the label, I don't want to promote any brand here, but one scenario we got the another nice incident. I want to mention this point. One of my customer came, top up water. They said, Charlie, it's look like a water, then I top up water. No, if you top up water, you ending with another problem. You have to add one job to more there to clean the old DPF bottle and do the process. But however, this is DPF fluid, then I'm going to top up. It bit thirsty, but however I add 5 liters, then I know exactly fluid there, at least 5 liters there. Then once you do the top up AdBlue, I'll show you next very important thing. This rag and go to the tap, wet around like this, then go to the bottle mouth, just wipe it around this area. If you spill the fluid, if it not, you are okay, but I didn't spill anything. But once it's filled, clean with pure water, don't going to add inside. See, bottleneck very clear. And inside the cap also you need to clean as much you can. When you're going to remove next time, it's very easy, no problem at all, because sometimes some cars very difficult to open this one because the AdBlue crystallize in and block the thread, then it won't open the cap. We had to struggle to open. And the other thing, if you spill around this area, don't worry, using clean water, put it around this area, clean surface, you are fine. Right, now AdBlue thing done, then I'm going to underneath the car. Next step, this is AdBlue sensor. Normally I don't want to remove this one. By experience I know sometimes this AdBlue sensor can be clogged up. I want to make sure it's not clogged up, that's why I'm going to open this one. Otherwise, this is pressure sensor hose, then I can inject from here. But however, I'm going to remove AdBlue sensor underneath and check what's going on there. And the same time I'm going to inject chemical from there. It's holding with number 4 Allen. It's a bit tight. I'm going to spray WD-40 around that area. Right, it's loose now. I'm going to tight bit and loose again. Right, it's smooth now, see. See now, inside the hole I clean, it's nice and clean now. And after that you can see here, this one also clog up. See inside, I need to clean that one also, because like this thing will block AdBlue send into the exhaust system. Then after that everything going to upside down. Then I'm going to clean that one also well. You can see inside now, nice and clean. Yeah, injector clean, inside the exhaust hole clean. Now next step, I'm going to remove here and check the pressure inside. Sometime I have a experience clog up this metal tube. I'm going to remove here and check the pressure here. Right, I have a special tool for this one. Right, have a look the pressure. See, it's not holding pressure at all. That means it's not clog up. If it's the pressure holding, I'm going to remove here, block this sensor here. If it's the pressure holding, see, needle going up. Now needle going down. That means this pipe not clog up. Then I'm going to install back. After that, I'm going to inject my chemical through this hole. This inside AdBlue cleaning fluid there. Then I'm going to trigger the things. You can hear. It's coming out. I had to block the nozzle here. Little bit more in. Block the mouth. Right. hold it like that. All liquid going inside. Right, I'm going to remove here. You can see firm come outside. It's a normal. Now after that, I need to install this AdBlue injector. Right, I delete all code from the computer. We'll see any code left there. You can see now under engine management, no any faulty codes. That's a little bit good sign, but however I didn't start the car yet. Right, nothing under engine management. It's okay, I can clean everything. Right, all cleared. Now next step, I'm going to start the car. You can see all light disappeared, only the thing service required. That's fine. Then I'm going to rev the engine. I'm holding RPM 3000. I'm holding like a 5 minute like that, 3000 RPM. You can see now smoke. Done the DPF cleaning process. You can see now no any funny warning light. I'm going to switch off the car and start the car. All light disappeared. Again switch off. Ignition on. I'm going to take a computer report under engine management. Read faulty codes. You can see no faulty code. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to take to the motorway journey and have a look what's going on in the motorway. However, first step, I'm going to start the car, try to zero this trip mileage. I put the mileage 0. Now I'm going to take to the motorway journey. Right. Now vehicle has a fully power. See, it's going like a full speed. No any funny warning light at the dashboard. Now I'm in a motorway. Look like a success job. However, I'm going to this roundabout and come back and plug in the computer and show you what's going on there. But at the moment, we are success. Should be alright. I'm not sure until I'll finish the journey. Once I finish the journey, I'll come back to you. I complete 15 miles. No any funny warning light. I'm going to switch off the car and start again. All light disappeared. Again switch off and ignition on. And I'm going to take a computer report out, have a look anything there. I'm going to read the faulty code. You can see no any faulty code. Right, that's mean another success job. If you have a like this problem, you know what to do. Follow this video. End of the day, you are fine. Thanks for watching. See you with the another video.